Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you consider subscribing to the channel so you can follow my journey and support me on my journey. Today I'm just going to talk a little bit about the products that I'm currently using and what basically an overview of my regimen as I'm transitioning out of my disaster. If you haven't been here before, I used to have beautiful, thick, healthy, natural 4C hair, and about a couple of months ago I decided to relax it because I thought it would be convenient, and I saw my sisters had relaxed their hair and they were enjoying it and they looked beautiful, but unfortunately I wasn't as fortunate as they were and my hair was completely destroyed. So I've got pictures upon my first video, so I'll leave a link to that video on the screen so you can watch it and you can see the extent of the damage. But just to give you an idea of what I'm going through right now, this is the amount of hair that's coming out on a daily basis whenever I'm applying oil. So this is just one handling session, if I may call it that, and the hair is actually breaking off, and the reason, how you can tell whether it's breaking off or is shedding. This is not shedding, this is proper breakage, because the hair is much shorter. It's very short. There you go, it's very short, and you don't see or feel the knob that you would feel on one end, the end that comes out of the hair follicle. So it's got lots of knots in it, lots of tangles, and the thing is, it's not even that I'm trying to comb it out. It just breaks off as I'm massaging, and then it just has to come out. Otherwise it's sort of hanging. I'm less traumatized by it now. I know it looks awful, and I know a lot more usually comes out, but I'm less traumatized by it now, and a lot of it actually has to do with me sharing my journey on YouTube, because just talking about this is actually quite helpful and cathartic. But I guess I'm trying to retain the hair just until the growth is long enough for me to do something with it, and style it, and maybe braid it, I don't know, some sort of protective style or kind of temporary measure to grow it out. I don't know yet, but the problem is, this amount of hair is coming out, and I've noticed I've developed more bald patches, particularly near the front, and therefore how long that actually lasts, I'm not sure, to be honest. Because obviously I can't walk around with these bald patches showing, so I was hoping to hold off until the end of December, beginning of January, to do a chop, because that would have been 3 or 4 months post-relaxer. But if this carries on and the bald patches can no longer be covered by the little hair that's left, then I'm going to have to do the chop. And I haven't decided yet whether or not I'll do that myself or go to a professional, whether that's a salon or a barber. It might actually be better to get it done professionally, because somebody can actually see where the relaxed or the damaged hair ends, because obviously I don't want to hold on to that longer than necessary, but we'll see. I'll keep you posted. So if you want to know what's happening with that, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. So what am I doing now? The regimen, it's the basics in terms of you need a clean scalp, to wash, condition, and then moisturize the hair. So in terms of washing the hair, I actually haven't washed my hair in a couple of weeks, and I made the decision not to wash it so frequently because I every time that I've washed the hair, I've noticed that it's just coming out in big clumps. And I know that hair is at its weakest when it's wet. So when I try to comb it, when I try, even finger comb it, it's just coming out. So I've decided I'm not going to wash the hair so frequently. The shampoo that I used the last time was this one here, which I've talked about in my previous videos, and it is the Regimen 2-in-1, I should actually say cleanser. So this has both shampoo and conditioner in it, and deep cleansing. I like to have a nice clean scalp, and because I use a lot of product, I wanted something that will be able to get rid of the product, but at the same time not strip the hair completely. I'm not a fan of co-washing because I just don't feel my scalp gets clean through co-washing. And I've always found that my hair just felt limp because it still had product on it when I co-washed the hair. So that's why I like to have a little bit of a shampoo, but not something that strips it completely. But whether or not I will carry on using this, I'm not sure. One of the main reasons why I'm now, I guess, a bit reluctant to use it is because I've been doing a lot of research, and the recommendation is to use a shampoo that doesn't have sulfates in it. And this one, if you can see from the ingredients, it has a lot of sulfates. So apparently sulfates dry out the hair and they can cause breakage, and I think my hair is breaking already, so I probably shouldn't use that. So I'm not sure. I have no plans to wash the hair this weekend. I just can't deal with, the hair falling out again. So I might use something different. I'm not sure. I might just pop into a hair shop and buy something else formulated for transitioning hair or hair that's breaking. I'm not sure. In terms of treating the hair, deep treatment, because that has a little bit of condition, I'm trying not to do too much manipulation. So when I use that shampoo conditioner, I then go straight into a deep treatment. And this is the one that I've used for a long time. I like Shea Moisture products. I know this didn't have very good reviews when it came to relaxed hair, but I used it and it seemed okay. And because it's formulated for dry, damaged hair, and it's supposed to help heal, grow, and strengthen the hair, I thought I would use it. And it's sulfate-free, which I thought, is a good thing. So I think I'll continue to use this. I like the fact that it's got, shea butter and argan oil and sea cowwood. So I think this is the one that I'll continue to use. And once I apply this, I apply that, and then I put my hair in this plastic cap, and then just use this bonnet, which you can fold up, just put it in there, and then attach this to the hairdryer so that you get heat, because heat is good for deep treatments. It does help penetrate. It opens up the cuticle so that nutrients can go inside the hair shaft. So when I wash my hair, that's exactly what I'll do. I'll do a deep treatment. And then the next step obviously is to maintain the hair on a daily basis and to moisturize. So in terms of moisture, I have a shower, in the morning, and I like the steam that comes out of the shower actually goes into my hair and moisturizes my hair. My hair right now can't tolerate being dripping wet, and therefore I like the shower, the steam of it from the shower or the bath. And that's enough moisture for my hair right now, because it's warm. It actually penetrates into the hair very well. I've got low porosity hair, and I'll talk about that another time if you're not sure what low porosity hair is about. So the heat actually helps to open up the cuticle, and then the steam goes in. And then what I then do is apply this. So this is the Sulfur 8, and it's the lighter formula. It doesn't smell as bad as the yellow one, which a lot of people will be familiar with. So I've used Sulfur 8 since I was a child. I've known about it, and I use it as a treatment. Now, the reason why I decided to use this treatment is because my scalp was so sensitive, so dry, itching, and it had developed a few scabs all over the place, and therefore I wanted something that will treat and protect the scalp. So this Sulfur 8, the main ingredient obviously is sulfur, which hair is made up of. So because it's breaking, apparently using a product with sulfur in it is good for the hair, just to try and stop shedding or breakage. Whether or not that's working for my hair right now, I'm not sure. But sulfur is also good as an antifungal. A lot of people use just pure sulfur ointment if they have something like ringworm, etc., some fungal infection, and it's really good. It tends to be a long-term treatment, over a number of weeks, sometimes a month or so. So I've made a commitment to treat my scalp and make sure that I apply this. So it also contains triclosan, which is an antibacterial and antifungal, because again, I just wanted to get rid of any bacteria on my scalp, any fungus that might be on my scalp, in case that had contributed to something. Just want to treat the scalp and nourish it, and while starting the hair journey. And I do suffer from really dry skin, so I do tend to have dandruff if I'm not careful. And I know this has petrolatum in it, and a lot of people don't like that because it weighs down the hair and all sorts of things. But for my hair, because it's very dry, an oil itself is usually not enough for my scalp, at least to seal in any moisture. So I quite like this, and I'm only applying it to the scalp, really, not necessarily onto the hair. Obviously it will transfer onto the hair, but it's not a huge problem. So with this, you can apply it 1 to 4 times a day. At the moment, I'm only applying it once a day at night, and we'll see what happens. And then when I do apply it to the hair to seal in the moisture and just to soften it, is this jojoba oil. It's not 100% pure jojoba oil, as I'll explain, but I like this. It's good. So this one here, it actually contains jojoba oil and sweet almond oil. So I don't mind. I actually like sweet almond oil. I find it's really good for moisturizing my skin, and therefore my scalp as well as the hair. So I know the label is now a bit greasy, but that's because I'm handling a lot of oil. But anyway, never mind. So I apply a little bit. A little goes a long way. You don't need a lot for this, but I actually find that my hair, it softens the hair. It softens, even my natural hair, my new growth, and therefore I really like this. So I applied a little bit of that, and I'm applying it every day. To be honest, I'm not skipping days at all. I just want to try and do as best as I can. So the products are really cheap. That Regimen is about £2.69. It's under £3. This here is £4.99, and this here is £6.99. So really cheap. The Shea Moisture is the one that's a bit pricey. It's about anything between it's anything between £10 and £12, but it's good. And sometimes you have to invest in your hair, don't you? And then there's a new product that I discovered through research, and I've decided to give it a try. I've never used it before, but I thought, I'll give it a try and see what happens. And it is this little beauty called Wild Growth Hair Oil. I have never used this before. It's a bit on the pricey side. It's about 10 quid. But I really want to give it a go. And apparently it's good for a whole lot of things. All that stuff here is about what it's good for. It's good for maintaining, healthy hair, stop shedding, breakage, split ends, all sorts of things. And it's good for hair protection if you want to use heat on your hair. And apparently it's also good for hair loss and bald patches, so filling in of bald areas, as it says. And therefore I thought, I've got bald patches, I've got bald edges, my edges are gone, so I would really want to try this. So the thing with this, you have to use it once a week, so it's a trial thing. So use it once a week to begin with, and then work your way up to 3 times a week. So I'm at the stage, just as of this week, I'm at the stage where I'm going to be using it 3 times a week, and therefore I'll be using it on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I think it's just easy for me to remember things that way. It's got quite a lot of things in it. including rice bran, which surprised me, but it's in there, and chickpea lentils, so quite a bit of protein in there, but also peppermint and lavender, which are apparently very good when it comes to stimulating the scalp and stimulating hair growth. Now, whether or not this works, I don't know. I'll obviously tell you. I've never used it before, but I'm gonna give it a try and at least finish the bottle. The smell is quite a strong smell, and ordinarily I probably wouldn't want to be going around with my hair smelling the way it does with this thing. But at the moment, I've just said, I've just swallowed my pride, and I'm just gonna say, well, if you think my hair is stinking, I don't care. I just want my hair to grow healthy, and then once it's healthy, I'll stop using this stuff. Maybe not, but it is what it is, and I'll do the best that I can. Obviously, I'll try to apply it in the evening so that by the morning it's not as potent, but it'll be experimenting. And to be fair, to be completely honest with you right now, I really don't care if somebody says I have stinky hair, because I just need my scalp to get healthy, my hair to get healthy. So those are the products that I'm using at the moment. I don't know if you have any comments. If you think I should ditch something right now, please go ahead and tell me. I don't want to do any more damage than has already been done. But obviously I want to try and grow my hair beautifully, healthily, and those are the products I'm going to continue using for a short while. And I'll give you updates. I'll keep you posted. And once I've cut it off, I think it'll be easier then to measure in terms of progress growth-wise. At the moment, I'm just looking at the bald patches, and I'll take more pictures and show you the progress. Because if you look at the very first video, you'll see how bad it is. And that's actually after 6-7 weeks. And so there was a bit of growth, which I'm so grateful for. But at least, it'll give us some sort of starting point, a baseline, and that we can see whether or not my hair's growing back and if it grows properly. So I know the other things which I could be doing, like the rice water challenge or the rice water conditioning, green tea, all sorts of things. But I've decided I'm just going to hold off doing all those things, because at the moment I just don't want to do too much, and I want to try and minimize manipulation and just use as few products as possible. Already, these are quite a lot. So obviously the washing of the hair, that's not going to happen every day, but these are the ones that I use more regularly. So these I'm using more or less on a daily basis, and this is now 3 times a week. And I'm going to stick with those for a while and see what happens, and I'll keep you posted. So I'm going to keep an eye on how much hair has fallen out, because that'll be some indication. It could be that the hairs stop falling out, or there's no hair to fall out anymore. But either way, I'll keep you posted, and we'll see what happens. So again, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you can, give the video a like, because that helps me. And if there's anything you want to know, any questions you have, please feel free to ask in the comment section below. Anyway, thanks again. You take care, and see you soon.